Laura, thrilled to introduce our members of the Discovery Club to a true discovery, at least in my experience. This is the Desert Wind Winery, established in the 1990s. This is their heritage Syrah. Beautiful, beautiful, one of the small, really champions of the Washington landscape of winemaking. This is a Wahluke Slope, which is just about Yakima Valley and Snipes and all these little areas, Horse Heaven Hills, names you probably heard of. And we rarely get to try and promote the Washington wines.
Never enough.
Never enough.
I think, so there's a bunch of sub-AVAs along the Columbia River, and this is one of them, a little right, like you said, a little bit north of Yakima Valley. And they're really hanging their hat on red grapes.
Yes.
Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah. And I mean, the name of the wine really kind of speaks to the area because it is such a dry part of the state. You know, we sometimes think of Washington State and we think of Seattle and, 100
wet
million
areas.
days of rain, but there's a mountain range that runs north and south that really just stops all that moisture from going east, and that's where we have our wine growing region. So you get really dry, hot summers. And you get your moisture in the spring and the fall, when like we do here in Napa. So,
in relationship at a current seminar I went to, in relationship to areas like Bordeaux or the Napa Valley, Washington is a younger soil kind of composition. So the wines that it produces are a little more upfront, lively, elegant generally. But it is amazing to see at who's out there, the who's who of the wine world. You're looking at, for instance, Jackson Family investing very recently. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that yet. I just found out this weekend that they have a big project unveiling. People like Philippe Melka and Mayan Koshitsky, who are dear friends, and now they're consulting, bringing their expertise to the Washington world. And then producers that have been doing this for 3 decades and 4. And then you have big guys like Cayuse and such that are making pretty impactful wines, but they're barely cutting it a little bit to these areas of the world, and they're being consumed a lot domestically, a lot of champions of regional domestic production wines. What's in the glass for you, Laura?
So I do get nice ripeness. This is definitely showcasing a new world wine. I get some blueberries, some blackberries, some dark cherry, really kind of like rich, ripe fruit, which is lovely. And then this nice bit of herbs and spice. I get some
Just like garlic,
I get some peppercorn, some green herbs, some green olive. Which is really, really nice. Adds some dimension to the wine, and it's really lifted on the finish. So really kind of bright finish where you get a little bit of citrus peel, just a little bit of acidity, and finishes really, really smooth. So I like it's like kind of big up front and then trails off nicely.
Yeah, a lot of elegance coming out of this wine.
For sure.
A wine that definitely has a place in the table with like ribs, with smoky stuff, and what else would you say? Like a little bit of short ribs.
Certainly, like some red meat. This would be lovely with
Lamb,
yeah, that kind of game. A little, even I would go as far as like duck, some roast duck.
Let me throw in there pheasant. I mean, a number of different poultry, pork, beef, or just by itself, or just grab your favorite cigar and just go on the porch and enjoy it with friends.
You know, what'd be fun to try with this is mole. But chocolate and spice.
Yes, mole, Miles Davis, and then a cigar afterwards.
Yeah, I love it.
Call it Desert Wind.
Cheers.